We are joined today by Senator Patty Kim. You've sponsored a bill requiring enforcement agencies in Pennsylvania to comply with the Federal Death in Custody Act. What does that act do?
Yeah, Ellen, thanks so much for having me today. I think this bill is really important for transparency and accountability. And what this bill will do is to align ourselves with a federal act that was passed back in 2014, so over 10 years ago, that would require state and local agencies to report any deaths that happen within police custody. Right now, there is agencies aren't required to do this. There's a lack of enforcement. So we could talk about the loopholes later, but the reporting is not accurate, and I think it's underreporting. And we would like to fix a problem, but we need good facts and data first.
Can you talk about, like you mentioned, these loopholes and how the state, what the process is currently for if somebody were to die in police custody?
Yeah, so right now, people would say that the rules are very lax. One loophole that some correction facilities will do is if they see the inmate not doing well, or they maybe, let's say, gone through an incident, they will send them to the hospital. And if that individual dies in the hospital, they don't believe that they have to report it. So with this act, with this new bill, if we get it passed, the correction facility would have to report the death if it happens within 3 days of the release, so that we can again keep them accountable and put that in the research and the data to have a more accurate profile of what's going on in our prisons.
What inspired you to propose this legislation?
So my colleague, Senator Amanda Capoletti from Senate District 17, she covers parts of Montgomery and Delaware counties. We both knew that Pennsylvania, unfortunately, is ranked one of the highest when it comes to prison deaths. And in the county that I represent, in Dauphin County, we are up there too with Allegheny County. And again, Dauphin County has one of the highest prison deaths. And so I just, I've spoken with the families. This is very, very stressful to interact with your inmate friend or family, whoever it is, and then they're gone the next day, and they have a lot of questions. And I think that this type of reporting will help prevent these deaths, especially the ones that are preventable, and find a plan moving forward. When people are in prison, for the vast majority of Pennsylvanians, is out of sight, out of mind. And it's so easy to ignore them. Oh, they were in prison, they did something bad, whatever, and move on. But, some of these deaths, again, are preventable. Some stats show that about half of the prison deaths are because of suicide. And if we can change some of that, that would be really good. Ellen, I forgot to mention in the bill, the state agencies would have to report to the Attorney General's office, the state Attorney General's office, and then also to the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency. So now we have two set of eyes when it comes to reporting. And within the commission, the bill would require them to set up a panel. And the panel will have appointees from the General Assembly, so Republicans and Democrats. And on that panel, they'll have experts like coroners, doctors, social workers, maybe some regular citizens to review the deaths in custody. And then they would make recommendations to us, the General Assembly, about what we can do to prevent the ones that could be prevented. And again, suicide is one of the highest. And I can imagine, a panel saying, we need to make sure that these inmates have more outside time, that they are, in sunlight. There's more medical professionals to help guide these folks so that we can prevent deaths in prison and in police custody.
What do these reporting systems look like in other states? Did they inspire anything here in Pennsylvania?
So it is different all over different states. Some are more stringent, some are lax, like the ones in Pennsylvania. But we already have a bill that was passed in Congress. I'm not sure why we didn't enforce this, but it is a good kind of like regulatory action that we can use. So we have it there. Let's just implement it here in Pennsylvania.
You mentioned co-sponsoring this with Senator Amanda Cappelletti. How did you two get involved together on this issue?
Well, first of all, Senator Cappelletti is a great person, and she's always on top of issues. And she held a hearing with Senator Katie Muth last year, and one of my county commissioners testified and talked about what was going on in our county prison. And that was before I was a sitting senator. So we came together once I got into the Senate and said, you know what, this is something that would help my district. It will help people across Pennsylvania. So let's, team up and see if we can push this bill further.
Would this information be made to the public, and how would they be able to access it?
Yeah. So again, more transparency, more accountability. This would probably go up on the website, whether it be the Attorney General's office or the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency. It will be fully transparent, and again, the recommendations as well. The actual reports will not be, there, I think in the bill says that it's not subject to right to know because, it is personal information when it comes to the deaths. But the recommendations will be out there for the public to see.
How has law enforcement responded to this bill?
There has not been any serious pushback at this point with this bill. The bill is still in committee. It was introduced earlier this year in January. We have not gotten any real pushback, and especially since after the hearing.
Senator Patty Kim, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ellen.